Scratch seems to mute or ban anyone randomly with no proof or reason for the ban. I decided to create a new account and experiment with how far I could exist on Scratch before I'm banned without a reason. Before I started, I installed a VPN. Since Scratch knows both my home IP and my college IP, I had to get an anonymous one. So I installed Hotspot Shield, which allows me a few free hours of VPN every day. I created the account on October 15 and planned to do nothing with it for several days. I didn't tell anyone about the account in order to capture being banned for literally existing. Fortunately, nothing happened. October 18, 3 days later, I went to DeviantArt to ask for followers who also follow Mosshadow, but do nothing. They weren't going to comment on my profile and they weren't going to acknowledge my existence other than following me. Nothing happened. A day later, I noticed that talks started happening on my profile, and I didn't want that to be a variable, so I deleted the comments and closed my comments. Luckily, it didn't seem like Scratch Team noticed, and I was not banned. October 20, 5 days after creating the account, I decided to put together the Westwoods Imagined map, basically a trademark of Mosshadow, but I pretended to be doing a favor instead of rehosting it. I also closed the comments here. 3 days later, I shared something that showcases my art style, which is hard to fake, especially since my mouse writing handwriting is there. I also commented in the instructions my usual text style. An entire 5 days later, October 28, 13 days after the account was made, I not only shared another Westwoods project, I shared a screenshot of a game Scratch Team hasn't seen before that is definitely in my style. So if they pieced everything together, it would be fairly obvious that HaveKoot was Mosshadow. But to combat this, again I pretended to be doing a favor and showed off Mossshadow's new game they made on YouTube. I even sent the pure YouTube link and a pure download link, which isn't allowed on Scratch, but it was never removed. November 4th, a full 20 days, almost 3 weeks on this secret account, I was invited to become a Scratcher. Almost none of my previous secret accounts have ever gotten this far, and one of them even literally posted absolutely nothing and was blocked. I was actually very shocked that I got this far. Considering this, I decided to be a lot more risky and speak to Scratch Team directly. A lot of people have been asking about me on their profile, so it would still be fresh in their minds. My profile picture is an image of one of my Westwoods characters, and Koot is literally in the name. I asked this on a Scratch member's profile, and shockingly, I got a response. We had a short discussion until she asked details about the person I was talking about. This was my last message that wasn't answered until I was blocked on this account for being Mosshadow. Obviously, Amy looked at the dates to figure out who I was talking about, and noticed my extreme similarities to Mosshadow. But other than art similarities from one project, there was absolutely no proof it was me. There's no video evidence that I used this account. Even on the DeviantArt, I did not say I own or am related to the account in any way. Even with all of this, my VPN said I was in Florida. I logged into Mosshadow often with my college IP without the VPN, so unless I'm teleporting from California to Florida all the time, they have no reason to believe this was my account. Now what if this account wasn't mine? What if I actually had a YouTube fan from Florida who made an account with their favorite Westwoods character and made a Westwoods fan art for projects? They're going to get banned because they are too similar to me. Scratch Team is literally discriminating against people who are fans of me. If you are a super fan, you're going to get IP blocked. If you even slightly represent me, you'll be IP banned. Personally, I feel like hosting another experiment, but it would likely get someone IP banned. If anyone who watches doesn't use Scratch and never thinks they will, I will be interested in having an experiment recorded Or this person makes a super fan account with a profile picture of one of my Westwood's characters and complete with a I love Moss Shadow, check them out in their profile description. All they do is share Westwood's fan art, join fan studios, and maybe even chat on a Scratch Team member's profile and see how long it takes until they're banned. This would be perfect proof that Scratch Team discriminates their users based on things they like. It's like saying DeviantArt allowing everyone except My Little Pony fans, or YouTube allowing anything except Minecraft videos, just because they don't personally like a certain interest. It's not even an inappropriate interest. If Scratch Team won't allow my name to be mentioned, they shouldn't be allowing regular Warrior Cats fan art or games. This also means Amber Kitty should be banned. Wildflight should be banned. Cynea, the Scratch Team member, should be banned. If you think this sounds crazy, it is. Scratch Team needs to stop.